Hey guys, it's Oski Boy, back with another Rec Room video. Today I'm going to be doing a Jumbotron tutorial. Hope you enjoy it. So, at the start, I'm not going to include that because it's pretty easy, like the first stage, but what you're going to want to do at the very beginning is hack in a shotgun by putting it on your back just before the game starts, and I did it. And yeah, so then the first two levels are a breeze. The one I just did, you should stay on the boxes, but that's all the tips I have there. But yeah, I think the part that is going to need some tips is up here. So you start in this hallway. Be sure not to hit the lasers. They can kill you. And you want to throw grenades down, because there are lots of the ground bots here, so you have to use them to help get rid of lots of them at once. And then you're going to want to take that rail gun, which will be useful later on, and get all the servers and coin box things down, because that will improve your score. So once you have defeated all the waves in this area, which can take a while and is easiest with a shotgun, you go into the next part, and most levels are easiest with a shotgun. This part gets overwhelming though, so you have to be really careful, especially if you go on to the next part, because robots will actually spawn behind you. And you're going to want to hit every single computer screen so it goes static, because those give you lots of credits, and you're going to really want that if you want a better score. And then, so you should just make sure that you get every single screen, and you get all the credits you can, and then you should go into the next stage. And then you're going to see some spawn behind you, and you can stay behind to help, or not. But you're just going to not want to get in people's way, because friendly fire reduces their score. And really, the tiers that you get for your reward is based on your whole team's score, not just yours. So you just don't want friendly fire at all, or just getting hit by lasers in general. But this stage is pretty easy. You just have to strafe behind the pillars, and there are mice bots that come out of this hole a bit. So I think it does that twice, so you have to be careful. But then you're going to want to just duck behind these pillars if any flyers are about to shoot you. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward until now, where things get a little bit tough. So once you get everyone and you go to the next stage, you're going to encounter a bot that you haven't seen before, and it is the targeting bot, which is blind and can't see you, but if its targeting laser sees you, then it, after a few seconds, will shoot you, and you do the most damage when you hit its back, but watch out because it'll target you immediately. So you're just going to want to go in a circle around those so that they don't ever have time to shoot you. Then you're going to get a few ground bots in this area, like inside of those little tunnels, and lots of flyers spawn over by the end of the stage, so you're going to want to stay behind these pillars a bit, unless you're gung-ho like me and want to die a bunch. So yeah, you want to take out all the screens as usual, and back in the sign over there behind that little corner, there's like an area with some shotguns and railguns, so you should check that out if you don't have a shotgun yet. But yeah, you just want to make sure you know where your teammates are, because sometimes people die in this stage and you won't see where they died. So that's a little bit dangerous. And you always want to get rid of flyers when they're close to you, because if you have flyers far away from you on this level that doesn't have much cover, you're in a whole world of trouble. So yeah, you should always have someone near the flyers and try not to hit people like I just did on accident. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm not dying all that much from actually getting hit, and that's because I know the spawns, and you should always try to memorize where they spawn, because that'll help you. And then this next level gets really difficult, because there's kind of robots from all sides, and a new thing that you haven't seen before happens, which is falling down. And you don't want to fall down into the abyss below, because that will actually kill you. So that's something you should watch out for. And even if you don't feel like you're in danger while watching the screen, you are, because a bunch of flyers are about to spawn in front of you. So I like to sort of hide, and then you shoot them, and then you kind of move out of their way so they can't hit you. Then a bunch of ground bots spawn here almost simultaneously, and you're going to want to try to be really careful because there are robots that spawn. Oh no, I fell. There are robots that spawn behind and in front of you, so you have to always be on the lookout. And oh no, am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. Well, this is bad because this is lowering our score. But you're gonna wanna, to stay alive, you should probably be really loud. So if you die, oh no, I died again. This is really glitchy. But if you die, you want your teammates to know. And looks like my gun's glitched out of existence, which is annoying. So now I'm gonna have to try to get new ones. This is the first time this has ever happened to me though, so this isn't a really common thing. But I'm just gonna have to try to get a new gun from one of these people, because lots of them have double shotguns, which I am not very good at. But this stage, just don't talk for your teammates' sake, and blow up these barrels. And the reason you're not going to want to talk is because in this area it's really echoey, and your teammates, it's going to hurt their ears if you talk. But you're going to spawn in a few flyers over here, which you got to be careful of, and then you're going to get ground bots in the corners, and multiple waves actually over here, so you're going to be careful. Then by these lasers you'll get some flyers, and I like to make sure that people behind me don't die on this level, because sometimes you forget about them and then they're dead for a long time. And then you're going to get elites, which are really dangerous, but you're going to want to blow up those barrels to get them out of the way really easily. But elites are basically better versions of ground bots. They have more health, and their attacks come in waves, but there's so many projectiles and they move really fast, so they're really dangerous. So you're just going to want to kind of hide and hopefully hit barrels, because that's the easiest way to get rid of them. And yeah, you're going to want to make sure on this stage also that you hit these screens to give you a few extra credits. And make sure that none of your teammates get left behind. That's really all there is to this level. And yeah, because there's not very good communication on this level with the muffled sounds, because it's space. Now we're going to see some elite flyers, and you might want a railgun if you can find one for this level, because they're really difficult to fight, and they basically are the same as elite ground bots. They do a lot more shots at once, and they have a lot more health. So, once you take care of these, which can take you a long time, then you're going to actually get another wave, but there's going to be flyers over there, so if you were hiding in that right corner, you're not going to be able to sit there anymore. But then you're getting pretty much all the types of robots here. You're getting normal ground bots, elite ground bots, normal flyers, and elite flyers. So this part is kind of the most chaotic part of this whole level. So the start is pretty easy, the mid part is difficult, and then the end is a little easier. But yeah, this stage sometimes there's a lot of friendly fire, so you're going to want to be careful about where you shoot. And then yeah, you're going to get some more elite flyers and normal flyers over here. And then you're going to want to step up here because there are some mice bots that come and you do not want those to blow up your feet. So you can either stay on boxes or just move a lot, because staying in the same place on this level is really bad. But yeah, here are the mice. So you're going to want to get rid of those before they can explode you. And then you're going to get some ground bots, which is a pretty simple thing to fight. And then you're going to get elites over here, which is not the most safe thing. You kind of have to hide behind a wall. Then you're going to get some targeting bots over here, but you have to be very careful because they could trap you inside one of these containers. so you want to go in and out of the container so that they can't hit you all the time. And then you're going to get elite ground bots behind you, and normal ground bots, and a targeting bot, and flyers. So that's kind of a dangerous spawn. And those flyers, which just killed me, kill you a bunch if you're trying to kill the big targeting bot, because you often don't see them. So yeah, it was unfortunate that I got hit, but you're always going to want to get rid of those. And now that this stage is complete, we're going on to arguably the hardest stage besides the boss stage. So here, you're going to have a whole mess of things. You're going to have elite flyers, elite ground bots, and I just took a railgun. I'm not good at the railgun, but it's probably your best bet here because it stuns the elites and gives you, if you can chain attack, then you're going to be safe. And there's a wall hack where if you walk in real life and in-game into this wall, then you can be in there. I wasn't able to do it. It's not really a reliable strategy, but the robots can't hit you, but you can hit them, so that's nice. And then, so over here, you're going to want to hide behind this wall while the robots shoot at you and kind of duck back behind it. And honestly, this part is not the hardest part of the stage. A lot of your teammates will die in this part, though, so you should always be careful. Like, I just died, but as you can see, the person is in the incredibly overpowered hack zone, where they're hiding in the wall, and the robots know that they're there, but they can't shoot them. So that's a really nice thing. And then, once they get rid of lots of the bots, if you guys are in a big pinch, then they'll either come out and save you, or someone else will, because there's one person who isn't hacked into the wall, and one person who is. So they are coming to save me right now, which is helpful. But over here, you're going to have 3 elite ground bots, and that's really dangerous. If you have any barrels left, you're going to want to use them and duck behind these trailers so you do not die. Because this part you will die if you're not careful. And then you'll spawn a goblin over in the corner. It's in a little Easter egg, but you're going to want to stand on top of these monitors because there's so many mice bots. You're going to want to shoot around the corner because there's also a lot of flyers. So yeah, I've had many runs end on this second to last stage before. And it's really dangerous because there's so many mice bot waves. So you can hear mice bots though because they make a beeping noise so you can tell if they're alive. And then, yeah, you're just going to want to maybe use a double shotgun and try to shoot them all so that you can get rid of them. Because there are just so many that if you don't do this trick, you're going to die. But yeah, you're going to want to stop all the waves of mice bot that come, and it's really dangerous and hard to go through this little area because you could get shot by flyers that you don't know are there. Just like those guys, if they shot in the windows, they would probably hit. And my spots just spawned in my face, and wow, we almost just ended the whole run. Yikes. But we survived, so that's good. And remember, if there are mice bots just at your feet when you just get revived, they will not kill you, so you can use yourself as sort of a body shield for like a second or two at the start of your revived state, and then just be careful that you don't try to act like a human shield for too long. But then you're going to get some of the targeting bots, and I just like to stay up high in general because then there isn't as much trouble because their targeting lasers won't see you as much, and you're just going to kind of want to get all the credits you can in this part from server boxes and all that, and then you're going to spawn one of those targeting bots in the shelves. But now we're on to the final part, the Jumbotron. Now this is hard, like really, really, really hard. And I'd say that the best way to do this is use the trick by going into the floor, because there's an area where you can do it. I wasn't able to do it very much, but yeah, and the Jumbotron has a laser that targets you, so you're going to want to stay behind. And dang it, I didn't get in. because it's not working. But you have to destroy all the panels without getting your whole team destroyed, and you're going to want to hide behind a wall so that the targeting laser doesn't see you, because it's a really strong laser and it will hit you. See, it's probably going to try to shoot at me. Yep, and I almost died. So yeah, you're going to want to get rid of one of the screens, and then you're going to have just normal bots like ground bots and flyers that spawn. So if you can't hack into the ground, you have to be super careful and just probably destroy those before you try to destroy the Jumbotron, and you're going to want to stay in shelter. And then you can gradually start to move over to a new hiding spot on a different side, if you're lucky enough to be able to do that. And the robot will be shooting at you, so that's really dangerous. So you have to duck when it's shooting at you because it shoots at your head. That's probably your safest bet, but dang, it's really dangerous. And now I'm dead, so I just have to hope that the people that are hiding can finish it off. And I think they will! So, yeah, let's go. We did it! So, yeah, that is probably all the tips and tricks I have for Rise of Jumbotron. But let's see what tier we got. We got A tier! Let's go! That's great. Okay, that's the one that's really good, and it's just one step lower than S tier. Well, I got a really cool helmet, and I'm glad about it. So, I'm probably going to put this on and take a picture of myself. Maybe make it my profile picture. I don't know. It's really cool. So let's turn it around and get my picture. And yeah, that wasn't a very good picture. But I'm also going to use a face emote. And I just put it up on a stand. And using a face emote will do silly stuff. Ha! I just made it so it looks like I'm crying laughing. So I'm going to make that my profile picture. There you go. Pretty silly. Then you can print the picture too. But yeah, wow, that was fun. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you stayed this whole time, because it was a long video, but it was a fun one to make, and hopefully to watch. Anyway, I don't know why I'm still talking. Oski Boy with ONR Gaming, peace.